Adverbs are the words that we use to modify a verb, an adjective, or an adverb itself. Modify means that an adverb can either add something to the meaning of these three, and it can even change the meanings of these three. So there are different kinds of adverbs, students, but in this chapter today we are going to focus on the adverbs that modify a verb, means the words that modify or describe verb. So let's start the session. Students, there are four kinds of adverbs that modify action words, and these adverbs tell us how an action is performed, where an action is performed, when an action is performed, and how often it performs. Let's understand these with examples. For example, the alarm rang loudly. So in this sentence, we know that alarm rang, but how it rang? It rang loudly. So here the word loudly modifies the verb rang. Similarly, Harry ran quickly. So ran is a verb and quickly is modifying ran, and it is telling us how Harry ran. He ran quickly. So both loudly and quickly are the adverbs that tell us how these actions have been performed. So these are adverbs of manner, means they tell us how something has been done. Next one is where. For example, put the cake, but where? There. So there is the word that is telling about the place. Okay, so here we are getting the answer of where. Put the cake there. Next example is I looked everywhere for my book. So this is again telling about the place. So in these kinds of adverbs, we are generally talking about the place where the action has been performed or where the action is to be performed. So here there and everywhere are the adverbs of. So here there and everywhere are the adverbs of place. Next we have adverbs that tell us about when the action has been performed. Next is adverb of time. They tell us when an action has been performed. For example, Kriti went to gym, but when she went today. So here today is telling us the time when the action has been performed. Similarly, they go out to dinner weekly. So weekly tell us when do they go out for dinner? They go weekly. So here both the words today and weekly are adverbs of time. These adverbs tell us how often an action is performed. For example, sometimes he play cricket. He play cricket but sometimes. Ritesh never smokes. So here the words sometimes and never tell us how often these action takes place. So these are the adverbs of frequency. So students, these four adverbs that modify a verb are the adverbs of manner, adverbs of place, adverbs of time, and adverbs of frequency. Let's revise them once again. Adverbs of manner, they tell us in what manner something is done, and they can be answered as slowly, quickly, soundly, gracefully, simply, angrily, etc. Next comes the adverbs of time. They tell us when an action takes place, and to express these we can use then, now, early, yesterday, tomorrow. These words tell us when an action takes place. So these are adverbs of time. Next we have adverbs of place. They tell us where an action takes place, and to tell about this we can use there, here, outside, up, inside. These kinds of words we can use to show or to know where an action takes place. The last one we have is adverbs of frequency. Adverbs of frequency tell us how often or how frequently actions are done. For example, always, never, sometimes. These are the words that are mostly used to show the frequency of an event. Now let's see where do we use these adverbs of frequency. So students, if in any sentence we have only one verb there, we use the adverb of frequency before the verb. For example, Arav always comes on time. So here comes is the verb and we used it just before comes. Arav always comes on time. But when we have two verbs, like one is main verb and one is the helping verb, we use the adverb of frequency after the first verb. For example, Arav has always come on time. So here has is the helping verb and come is the main verb. So we have used always after the first verb used in this sentence. So this is how we use the adverbs to modify verb. That's it for today, students. We learned about 4 different kinds of adverbs that we can use to modify verb. We'll be back with other sessions. Till then, take care.